What's up out there, guys? Welcome back to Essex War Games for part 2 of our Warcaster ISA versus Marcher World Skirmish. I'm once again joined by Jay.
Hey guys, how's it going?
You ready to finish this off, buddy?
Yeah, man, sounds good.
So we left off at the end of Pulse Round 2. So we have one more Pulse Round left, and Jay will kick it off.
All right, guys. So we're at the end of 2. So we've got round. We're going into turn 3 on round 2. We are currently sitting at 4-3. I'm defending this objective with all my life, and he's encroaching on me.
I think I scored that back one, did I not?
You just scored this one. I don't think
I haven't scored 2.
Yeah, so I think I just do you remember which one I scored? I think I've just scored 2 this round.
Just scored 2 because when you put something back by 3,
you were contesting. So yeah. So I have to figure out how to score this one. And you have a freaking Dusk Wolf there. And then 1 is up for grabs.
Yes. I haven't scored 1.
Yeah. You have a damage over there. All right, so ready phase. I have this squad that I just put in. That still has 1 arc.
And your firebrand.
I put there, and my firebrand that have to go. Yeah, so not a great position. All right, so charge phase. Let me look at my hand.
Yeah, I should probably do that too.
Let me switch my color to the right color. Here we go. Now I can see my hand.
This has been quite the back and forth match so far.
It has.
There was a point at the beginning where I felt like I was doing really well. I was kind of in control, and then by like halfway through Pulse Round 2, I felt like you completely took that away from me. So
yeah, you've been doing a good job of keeping me of removing my solos. So I've only had 1 activation each round, which has been rough on me.
But that considered, you've been making a lot out of that 1 activation, so
yeah,
I think we're both playing pretty well.
So you're 12.4 away, so I can't get to you. That's unfortunate.
I'm fairly happy with how I've picked up the game, considering this is effectively game 3 for me.
Yeah, I forget often that it is.
But like I said, I credit having a good teacher.
Can you look and see?
Yep.
Do you think that is my firebrand within 12 of your Dusk Wolf? If I was to fly over the boxes, so I can't. So from some angles, it looks like it's 12, and some angles it looks like it's a little longer. What do you think?
I would say it's like right on the nose.
Okay.
Like I'll give it to you because if anything, it's like 0.1 out. So.
All right.
I'm not gonna bust your balls over 0.1.
All right.
Yeah, like the line I'm drawing now looks like it's touching my base and touching your base, so totally.
It actually doesn't matter because I need to play 2 ciphers to be able to do that, and I can't. So, so I think I'm just going to.
I'm just glad you took that kinetic accelerator or whatever it is out of your deck.
Yeah. Yeah,
that would be super bad for me right now.
Unfortunate for me. Really unfortunate for me.
I'd take my ball and go home.
I think I can kill this guy. I don't know. So let's see. Well, I could slam you away. Hit. Alright, so I'm going to charge the unit, I think.
Okay. Come on, Firebrand, or Dusk Wolf, you can hold out.
So then I'm going to play a Gresham theorem, which lets a model immediately make 1 melee or ranged attack.
Oh boy.
And I'm going to have the attachment shoot the Duskwolf.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to have my Firebrand shoot at I'll shoot at this I'll shoot at your Weaver.
You bastard.
And I have
Strafe.
So, but I didn't get any extra, so it's just at the Weaver.
Oh, thank God.
All right, so he is a 3. You're a 4. And I rolled a 1.
I also rolled a 1.
So nothing happens. All right. So then I'm going to move. I'm going to go to activation. I'm going to activate this unit.
Yep.
So this guy's going to go. So this guy's going to attempt to move right there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to fit in. Nope, definitely not. Never. No hope. So he's just going to advance a little bit to right there. This guy's going to go there. He's going to go here. And this guy's going to go there. All right. So then my Paladin Aegis is going to go, and he's going to shoot at the Duskwolf.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I have 3 white, and I have a red because I have an arc.
And I only have 3 white.
Yep, and I rolled a 1.
I also rolled a 1.
Damn it. Well, that was a waste of a turn. All right, so the next guy's going to go.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 3.
All right, so it's a power 4 gun. I beat you by 2. I do 1 point of damage.
Yes, sir. Oh. It's not where that was supposed to go.
Yeah. Next guy's gonna go.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
I also rolled a 2.
Last guy.
I rolled a 3.
I didn't. Yeah. Okay. So I get an activation token. Come on, pick the frickin' activation tokens. So second cipher phase. Guess I'm not going to do anything. So then, deployment. There's no room for anybody, so I can't deploy anything. Gate deployment. I'm going to put a gate right there.
Does your gate in? Oh, does your gate in the back even still have arc on it?
Yeah, it's sitting up on top of the where it was.
Oh, weird. It's not showing up on my.
It's right here.
Oh,
It's right
it was
here.
hiding in the.
I put it on the thing and it fell below it.
Interesting. Sneaky. Okay.
Yeah. It has one on it. See, I'm gonna put the gate there, and I'm gonna put 3 arc on it.
Okay.
All right. So then I'm gonna pitch a card. I'll pitch this guy, this one. And then draw 2.
Okay. Now I have a tough choice here. Do I think my Ranger heavy support can remove excuse me, your Paladin Enforcers with 6 shots? I need to remove 2 Enforcers. And I can potentially score that one. Or with my Ranger heavy support.
Okay.
I would have to kill them both.
Yeah, I think they're within 2 of each other, so they're in range for blast.
Yes, but I think this guy might be in range of blast too. Oh, just out. Or I could go with the for sure guaranteed 2 points with the Dusk Wolf over here.
Yep.
He has an activation token, but I am holding that cipher that lets me activate him if I want.
Well, I mean, so if you... Unfortunately, your hunter's in a bad spot. If your hunter was reversed with your Weaver, you could move, take a shot, and then move again afterwards and maybe get within range to score this one if you could kill this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I only have to kill the one, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Good call.
And it would be really backbreaking if you scored 2 objectives this turn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I would be down 3, and it would be bad.
No, I don't think I can score both, but I can score one for sure. It's just how I want to do it.
I mean, you can score this one for sure.
Yeah, I can score that one guaranteed, but...
What do you have that... Unless you have to reactivate this Dusk Wolf.
Right? I have Impulse Inducer in my hand.
Okay.
So, that's what I'm trying to decide.
I gotcha.
I'm trying to maximize the benefit for my next turn. I can risk it for the biscuit and go with the heavy support. I think I'm going to. Alright,
okay.
So for my ready phase, nothing happens. Charge phase, I'm going to throw an arc onto the heavy support.
Okay.
I'm going to play, for my first Cypher phase, the Reiteration Complex.
Okay.
So they can shoot
the
twice.
Double shot?
Yeah.
Okay. That seems bad.
I'm just trying to hopefully make this work for me. I'm going, what's their range? 12 on the rocket launchers? Okay. And I'm also going to activate my hunter.
Okay. I think we figured out that you can do that. You can pick the other thing after activating a unit.
Yes, true. So, I'm activating my hunter first, though.
Okay.
Is why I said that.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1.5 to there.
All right.
Oh, come on. F1. And that leaves me with 5.5.
Yep.
But all I need, I think, there. You don't have cover from me. I can even go back a little bit to make sure. And the hunter is going to take a shot at the Paladin Enforcer that's right by number 2.
Okay.
Is that what I want to do? Actually, I could get number 1 out of my way. Does it really matter? I can go 1, 2, 3.5, 0.5. Spike for another 3 to tuck right in there. Okay, so I don't think it matters.
Does that squad spike to move?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the only way I'm... Oh, maybe not.
It's the regular squad that does.
Yeah, I thought they both had it. So no, I will not be activating them. Sorry. I will still activate the hunter, I guess? No, I'm putting him back. I apologize.
It's okay. You don't think you could get there?
No, they only have 4 movement, man.
Right. So you place this guy. Once you've killed these 2 guys, you place this guy like right there. Right?
Yeah.
And then you place the other guys within 2. So you'll be effectively 3 inches up from there.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah. I mean, you can get there. That's easy.
I completely forgot.
You have to kill both those guys.
Okay. I'm not
before they move.
Okay. I'm not used to the placing still.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Within 2.
So yeah, put him up here.
Oh.
Not him, the other one.
Yeah. I tried to grab the other one. Okay. Thank you.
We know that he can get up there. You don't have to deal with
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So then shoot. I would actually shoot the...
Yeah, I'm going to now.
This one.
Okay. Look at you helping me hopefully beat you. So, I'll shoot that guy. I have an RAT of 6.
I have a 3.
Oh boy. And I threw one back in the bag, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you miss.
This is bad.
All right. Well, I mean, the squad has 6 shots to do it, so...
Yeah. So I'm going to use the guy on the corner to shoot the guy beside the gate. Now,
okay.
Would the blast affect the gate too?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have an RAT of 3 plus a red die. This could be really bad for me.
Don't forget, while charged, your reroll misses.
I
hit. You beat me by 1.
Okay. And it is a POW 4.
Right. But it's a blast damage, so now I'm armed 4 with the paladin.
Oh, even against the initial shot, eh?
They're all blasts.
Ah, son of a... Okay.
It's actually against explosive damage, which it all is explosive damage.
Perfect.
But you got him. You got him.
Perfect. So then I'll roll against the other paladin that I hopefully want dead.
Yep.
Come on, I just need to get rid of the red die. Okay, feeling a little better. I was really worried after that hunter missed. Oh, almost killed him.
Nothing against him.
The gate?
And then roll against the gate. Yep.
Oh, nothing. Okay, that guy's second shot.
And the gate is too far away from this guy, so it will just be against... the rest of the shots will just be against that one guy.
That's fine. Let's do it. I rolled a 4.
All right.
Perfect. Lots.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the guy that's closest to the hunter is going to attempt to shoot your guy up on the building that's up on the corner.
Okay. So I will get cover against these.
Yes. But hey, gotta go for it. So if I can take out part of that unit also, I'm in pretty good shape. Oh my god.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for you, against explosives, because I have Plexus Densifier on that unit, I'm armor 6.
Okay, that is fine. I will try it. Oh, I was 1 off.
Alright, and then the blast on the other 2 guys?
Okay, which shouldn't matter. I guess it could if I roll like Jesus, so. First guy Doesn't matter which one, really.
Yeah, I got my hand on it.
5.
All right, and then the other one.
Nothing.
So guys that you know, just the reason they were armor 6 is they're armor 3 normally against explosive damage, which is what he's shooting. All paladins have reactive armor, which makes them armor 4. And then they have this Plexus Densifier card that gives them +2 armor but -1 speed. So they're armor 6 against the explosive shots he's shooting.
So, enough of that shenanigans. I'm going to shoot at your Firebrand. For that guy's second shot.
Oh, man. Oh, well. I forgot.
You forgot what?
The guy that was sitting over here next to the objective was +2 defense because of this card.
Oh, yeah.
But I forgot, so. A little late now. So you're shooting at the Jack?
Yeah. I rolled a 2.
Rolled a 1.
Sweet.
You rolled a 3, right? Is this how you rolled?
That's all I rolled.
Oh, just that? Okay.
Yeah. Those are just there for extra damage.
I'm armor 4.
Okay. The Jack doesn't get bonus against blast?
No. It's just paladins.
And I rolled a 3.
Okay.
So the last guy, his first shot.
Three.
I also rolled a 3. So miss. Oh wait, I can reroll misses, right?
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna try that. So I need a 4. And I roll a 4.
You rolled a 5, right?
Yes. Math
so you
is
beat
hard.
Me by 2.
Math is hard. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that on stream. And I don't beat your armor.
Right. So last shot.
Yeah.
You rolled a 2.
I do not like this unit.
Against ISA, they're not good. Against Continuum, they're really good.
I rolled a 4.
Right, so you beat me by 2.
I also don't like that they're so slow. Like, I get why they're slow, but...
Yeah, I agree. Mine the same way.
Nothing. Jeez.
Wow.
Ruthless. Alright, so now they're gonna move.
Okay. He moves forward.
Yeah. To there. To there. And then... there. Oh, on your gate. Alright. So done. Then you an activation token. I score that objective for 2. And then we go to second cipher phase.
Yep.
Which I don't really think I have anything. Can anyone activate activation token? I would just be activating my Weaver. So that is bad. I'm going to
end of the round, all the activation tokens are going away.
True. So you know what? Sure. I will use aggression theorem to allow my hunter to shoot at your paladin annihilator that's on the corner there.
Okay. Which one? This one or the attachment?
The guy that's not the attachment.
Okay.
Because I want to try and reduce the amount of strafes you have.
Okay. Alright, so I'm
Oof. Yeah, you're probably...
Do you ignore cover? I forget.
Only when he's charged.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, he ignores stealth, not cover.
Okay. So I rolled a 3.
I also rolled a 3, so nothing. Yeah, that's a thing.
Good.
After he makes a ranged attack,
Okay.
he can move 3 inches,
Okay.
which I've never used before, to there.
Okay.
This arc is on that unit. Then it is deployment phase.
Yep.
Spend 2 to deploy my Dusk Wolf right there.
So the arc for that gate is sitting up here on top.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
And then I will spend 2 more. This could be horribly bad for me. But it seems like the... Oh no, because you could clear it out before then. Should I put the Chunky Boy or the Ranger Fire team?
And Fang is dead, right?
Fang is dead, yeah. She gone. I guess I will... 1 inch. Then... No. Then 2 inches. Oh wait, I screwed up.
What's up?
I can't deploy the Dusk Wolf there. It can't be within
Why?
an inch of the objective.
Yep.
Look at that, I'm starting to remember rules.
Holy crap. What's going on?
I know. Are you proud of me right now? Are you like a proud father?
Sure.
That is not the endearing response I was looking for. You jerk.
I mean, you're not quite young enough for me to be your father, so I mean, I am old. I get that, but
I get that. It's a thing. Alright. We'll do that. For my 4 arc, so that gate goes away.
yep.
And then I will place a new gate. And I will go 5 inches off the Coalition Weaver.
Stay away from me.
Oh, come on, you love it. I'm actually taking one out of your book. Can you move that card for me? So how tall?
Away.
How tall is this bad boy?
You can put it up. You can put it like right up on top. It's 3 tall, effectively.
Okay. So I'll put it right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to put 4 arc on it.
You need to quit this. I still don't have any solos. I still only get 1 activation, and you're killing me, man.
I'm sorry. Gotta do what I gotta do.
Right.
Is that what I want to do? That seems legit. Alright. So, that is the end of the round. Oh, I have to discard and draw. That would help. We'll get rid of that, I guess, just to see. Cool. So, start of pulse round 3.
Okay. Well, first things first, we do continuous effects. I don't think there's any in play.
There is not. Remove action tokens.
Well, so then cards that are in play.
You're the only one with those.
You have one over here.
Oh, I do. Hey.
Move activation tokens.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Got one over here too. And I'm not doing good. All right. All right. So beginning of round 3, I'm going to do the ready phase, nothing, charge phase. I'm actually going to pull back some arc. So I'm going to pull the arc off of this gate, causing it to collapse.
Okay.
Let's see. This jack has a jack in our cortex.
While you think about that, I'll be right back for 1 second.
Okay. So I'm thinking, guys, I'm trying to decide what I should do. So I either need to clear this jack off this point, so give these guys another shot to do that, and try and score this point and advance so that he can't score it. I could activate this squad and do a bunch of strafing. Let's see, in my hand, I've got... let's each model in the squad make an additional range attack. So I could do like 6 strafe attacks and some attacks with this squad. I could do a lot of attacks with this squad. Yeah.
I am back.
Or I could activate the firebrand and do firebrandy stuff. Alright, so I think I'm going to charge the... So I dropped that, so then... So I think I have to activate the firebrand, unfortunately, which is stinky, but I guess... Well, I guess I don't have to activate the firebrand. So I'm going to play Reiteration Complex onto this unit that's over here.
Okay.
Not the guys on top, but the these guys.
Yep.
All right. So then they're going to activate and move. So this guy's going to go here, which puts him there. He's going to stay where he is, and this guy's going to go here.
Okay.
All right, so while charged, they can make their initial melee and initial ranged attacks. So they have 3 attacks each if they can fight in melee. And except for the attachment. So I think it's just these 2 guys that have 3 attacks each. All right.
3 attacks, melee, and 2 shots?
Yeah, because I can put a reiteration complex on them.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so this guy first on him.
Okay.
So I've got 3 whites and a red. So I rolled a 2. This is my first gun.
I rolled blanks.
All right, beat you by 2. I'm POW 4.
1 damage.
So I do 1 damage to you.
Sounds good.
All right, second shot at him. Two for nothing, and then my melee attack. I rolled a 7 on the melee attack.
Wow, I rolled a 5 the one time I think I'm gonna defend.
All right, so it's only POW 3.
Okay.
So no damage. Second guy.
The other guy that's in melee with him?
Other guy that's in melee, so range attack first. Rolled a 5.
I rolled a 2.
1, 2, 3. It's POW 4. So I do a point damage.
Okay, and that's a dead Dusk Wolf.
Okay. So then... Don't think the attachment can see the gate, unfortunately, from where he's standing. He's too close to the building, I think, and it's too far on. But this guy should be able to see it,
Yes.
I think.
Yep.
So he'll shoot at it twice. It's definitely going to have cover.
Sounds good.
You know what? I'm actually going to spike to remove stealth and cover.
Okay. I rolled a 4.
I rolled a blank. So second shot.
I rolled a
Rolled a
blank.
All right, so I get 1 red die. It's POW 4. Your arm 5.
Yep.
Not enough. All right, so I'm gonna put so second cipher phase. So these guys, okay, so these guys are gonna get an activation token and they're gonna score.
Okay.
So I tied up 6. I'm going to spend Arcane Synthesis to charge the Firebrand 3.
Okay.
So then I'm going to go to deploy. And I'm going to deploy spend 1 here.
I was like, what are you deploying over there?
And then if I have the room, I don't think I do, but if I have the room, oh, into the bag. Into the bag. That's what I did. So search. Here we go. I have the room.
Just.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna deploy those 2 there, and then another possible. That one there.
Okay.
Rid of the gate. So then I'm going to play gate. Here. Right there.
Okay.
I'm going to put 4 on it.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put 3 on it. Sorry.
Sounds good.
You're up.
Okay.
Well, okay, sorry. So I got to pitch a card. So I'll pitch this card. Actually, I'll pitch that card and draw 3 new ones. So you're up.
Okay. So, this is a lot of solos to attempt to remove in one turn. Especially with a jack that has no arc on it. Interesting. So I'm going to activate. So ready phase, nothing. First cipher phase. That's only a single repulsor shield, dude. But I don't have my spike, so that may not be worth it. I could potentially take out your gate, but I also don't think that's worth it. I should probably go with the guarantee capture of 3. Yeah.
Quit it.
What?
I said quit it.
I can't help it, man. You're putting the heat on me.
I got to.
I mean, yes, but no. So, actually, yeah.
So, did you charge?
I can't charge. I have no thing,
Okay.
but I did forget my cipher. I'm going to put
cipher.
divination algorithm on that. I guess I should just put it on him. Oh, that's my deck.
+1 range and Powell on what?
The
on
Dusk Wolf.
Okay. No. I don't like that. No.
I mean, I got to try and kill three solos here.
No.
Yeah. You know it.
No, absolutely not. No, you're not allowed. No.
This is what has to happen.
No. No.
So,
Wave off. Wave off.
I'm going to use my Ripper on the Paladin.
Okay.
We'll start off soft.
Huh? Right. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
So 1 red. The Ripper is it POW 3
POW
or
4?
4? It is
It's
4.
4.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Arm 6.
Arm 6.
You need to roll a 6 to kill him.
Okay, no, but I do 1 damage.
Okay.
Which is all I really expected, which is A-okay with me. And then I'm going to battle rifle that same guy.
Okay. Yeah. So reroll that cock die, or let it drop or whatever.
There. So I beat you by
1. Yeah.
But the battle rifle's POW 5 because of the cipher.
Unfortunately.
But I roll Bupkiss. Okay, so it looks like you're gonna have 1 solo left. I'm going to use the railgun on the other Paladin commander.
Yep.
So I rolled a 3.
Okay. And I have a 1.
Okay, so it's POW 6 plus 2 red dice. So I don't think it'll matter, but nope. So 1 damage. Damn. We're gonna have 2 solos left. I'm slacking.
Okay.
Now the hunter is going to
He's activated and scores for you.
Yes,
right?
thank you.
So you go up to 9. Okay.
Yes. The hunter is going to
Shoot my Weaver, do 1 point of damage to him, and leave all 3 of them alive?
probably. I am going to shoot your Weaver.
Okay.
But I don't plan on leaving all 3 of them alive, that's for sure.
Why not?
Because that would be horrible of me.
And by that you mean decent and nice?
I will shoot your Weaver and hope for better rolls than I've been getting.
Okay. I rolled a 1 again.
And I rolled a 7.
Okay, you gonna? Does he? He doesn't have arc, right?
No.
Okay.
And it's only a POW 3.
Why is it a POW 3? It's POW 4.
Are you sure?
The base gun is POW 4.
Yep. I am drunk. So. Hopefully kill a Weaver here. But my damage rolls haven't been the best.
You need to roll one more red die, too.
Okay.
Yep. That's enough.
Yep. And no, I didn't. I rolled a 7, and you rolled a 1.
Oh, I thought you rolled an 8. I thought you were rolling 7 extra dice.
No, I rolled a 7. Okay, but that's a dead Weaver, so that's awesome. And then after he shoots, he gets to move 3 inches.
Don't make things up.
I mean, it really depends on which side of the table you're looking at. So, that'll go there.
Okay.
And then...
Second cipher.
Yeah, can my Weaver... Well, I can just see the edge of your base.
Okay.
Can we say that I can shoot a cipher at that?
Sure. If you do the blast one, you'll hit your 2 friends because they're their closest 2 models.
That is definitely not what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I don't have arc. Your defense 3, right?
Yeah. Are you within 10?
Oh, I'm within 10, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just trying to decide, because it's only... Oh, I'm focus 4, so it's not the worst. I mean, there's nothing else I would do with it. So I'll play Null Collider.
I rolled a 2.
And I rolled a 5.
Alright, so you get 3 extra red.
Perfect. And I need 3 damage to kill. Oh yeah.
You just leave me alone. That'd be great. Can we just agree to just leave me the heck alone? Ugh.
Okay, so now it is deployment phase. I'm gonna go ahead and move this arc up here. I'll just put it down here. Go ahead and put him up there. And I'll move him an inch. Oh, I think that was 1.1. Try that again. Perfect. And then, so that was 2 gone. I'll spend another one to put my engineer into play. I don't think he'll fit there. No. So you know what? I'll just keep him. Oh, come on. Get off that. There we go. So he'll go there, and it'll leave one arc on my thing.
Okay.
And then discard. I'm gonna discard Temporal Cycle.
Okay.
Oh, I flipped my whole deck. Perfect. And with that, it is your go, sir.
Okay. So, ready phase. I only have one thing with an activation token on it. Charge phase. I'm gonna charge my Paladin Commander.
Okay.
Cipher phase.
Excuse me. Oh. My hunter
I'm gonna
should have an
use
activation token.
Okay. I'm going to use Ascension Catalyst on my Jack, so it's +2 speed and flight. This one over here.
Okay.
So then I'm going to go into activation. I'm going to activate my Jack first.
Okay.
So he's gonna fly. Oh, get back to where you were.
Oh boy. Those poor heavy gun bastards. And can I just say one more time, thank God you took Kinetic Accelerator out of your deck?
Yep. Really, really good for you. That I did.
Yeah.
All right. So then I'm going to spend 1.
Okay.
And activate my Jack Hunter Cortex.
Okay. Oh.
So instead of being range 4 with all of my melee attacks, I'm only range 3 with all of my melee attacks.
Oh darn.
So yeah, so all that stuff. So
all of it.
yeah. So we'll use the fusion glaive first.
Okay.
On your warjack.
Yep.
All right. So let's see. I'm a mat of 4. With the Jack Hunter Cortex, I get +3 action dice, so I'm effectively mat 7.
That's crazy.
It's a spike to do it. You
True.
have jacks that can be. You have jacks. Both your heavy and your light can be range 20. With the armor pierce gun. So.
Well, way to make me feel guilty.
Good. So 7.
I rolled a 3.
So I beat you by 4. The glaive is POW 5.
Okay.
And I can. And that Jack does not. That Jack does have an activation token, and you used your.
Yes.
You used your cards in your discard pile to reactivate it, right?
I
think. Or
incorrect.
Did you reshuffle since then? You reshuffled since
I
then?
never ended up using it.
Okay, so then I'll spike to use. Well, let's see. Hold on. So if I'm. I clicked on the right thing. Why did it not? So am I within 2 of you? I am within 2 of you. Okay. So I will spike to use system failure.
Oh.
So after I resolve the damage roll.
Yep.
If you're still alive, you'll get the system failure. Continuous effect.
Oh, why am I rolling? Just ignore that.
So
reroll that cockpit.
Okay. So I rolled a 7, so you take 1.
Okay.
That's not good.
I mean, you have 2 more weapons, don't you?
Yeah, but one's POW 2 and one's POW 4.
Fair. But you do get 3 extra dice to hit, so.
Yeah. So.
It's not the worst.
I only have 1 red die now. What is that doing over here? Oh, that's the thing I spiked. Oh, I need to roll the system failure.
Oh, yes.
So 1, 2, 3, you lose your melee. 4, 5, 6, you lose your ranged.
Oh boy. Come on, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
All right, so we need a ranged system failure.
Got it? Oh.
You got it? Okay, go ahead.
Damn, you're fast. I thought I was helping.
You're good. All right. And this is my shield attacking him. So I have a 6, so I beat you by 4, but I'm only POW 2. So I don't think I can. I think it's a reaction. So let's see. So when it's hit by it. Yep. Okay. So I can't slam you away. Only when you hit me.
Oh, okay. Good.
So it's POW 2. Come on. Select already. Nothing. So now I gotta shoot you with my strafe gun.
Okay.
So strafe. You get 1 extra.
Okay.
So I'll shoot the guy that's the other guy that's next to the objective.
Okay.
So I'm a rat 4 against. I'm gonna shoot the guy first. The normal guy first.
The normal guy rolls blanks.
And I rolled a 2, so it's a POW 4.
Okay.
And do 3 damage, and he's dead, thankfully.
Just enough.
All right. So now.
Yep, they're arm 3. I was hoping maybe because they were called heavy, they'd have arm.
No. All right. So then my gun against your jack.
Okay.
1 red, 3 more white. I need to reroll this one.
Okay.
Sure. So I rolled a 6. You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay.
So you need 8 to kill.
On 8 dice. I got a 6. So you're still alive. For now. All right. So that's the activation for that jack.
Yep.
So then this guy, the column commander, is going to go. And so he has... So reflex accelerator will charge. So when this model makes its attacks during its activation while charged, it can attack both its pulse cannon and fusion sword. So it can attack with both.
Okay.
So we'll attack with the fusion sword first.
Okay.
So he's a map 4. And he's got an arc on him. So I rolled a 4.
I rolled blanks. Oh, this is the end of the jack.
All right, and it's a POW 4.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Dead.
Plenty.
Wow. That was huge.
That was huge.
All right, so then, and he's not within an inch, right?
No, he's not. I already measured for you.
All right. So then I'll shoot my my gun at this Ranger Fire Team guy.
Okay. Yep. You have an RAT of 4?
Yeah.
Crazy. So, 1.
So I rolled a 2, so I
Yep.
beat you by 1.
Yep.
It's POW 3, but it's a blast weapon, so I'll hit all 3 of those guys.
Okay.
So the one that's I get a red die against does nothing,
Okay.
and then the other 2 kills one,
Okay.
and then doesn't get the other guy. So I got one of them.
Do you care which one?
No.
Okay.
All right. So then the commander will walk over here. You know what? He was here. No, there's no way I'm in range. Okay. I was thinking I might be in range to spike to get rid of the activation token on this unit back here, but I don't think so. So I should have shot at your Weaver, but oh well. I didn't realize he was there until a second ago. All right, so I'll score this objective.
Okay.
And tie. 9. And that was activation 2. So then my second cipher phase. I'm going to play Impulse Inducer to remove the activation token from that Warjack.
Okay.
One there. I've got one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now I got a deployment.
Yep.
So I'm going to deploy my Weaver. Right there. And then one activation. Yeah, I guess I need to do that. Okay, I'm going to play the squad without the attachment.
Okay. Well, hello there.
Nope, it's the Weaver. And I think I actually want this guy to be a little closer, like over there. Alright, so that gets rid of this gate.
Okay.
So I need to deploy a gate. Actually, I don't, because even if I deploy somebody, I won't be able to use them, because the next round's my next turn. So then, is my last turn. So then, I need to pitch a card. I'll get rid of Malediction Rubric.
Okay.
And then I'll draw. I need to draw 2 more. Alright, your turn. Your turn too.
Okay. So ready phase, nothing happens. Charge phase, I'm going to throw an arc on my Dusk Wolf over here.
Ooh.
Yes. For my Cypher phase, I'm going to play Velocity Projector. And I'm going to target your Weaver.
Shouldn't do this, man. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. I know, horrible.
I mean, I do get cover because I'm within an inch of this, and
Can I not see your whole base?
no, it goes right through like that.
Okay.
That's why I deployed him an inch away that direction instead of closer this way.
I have 2 Fury in my pool, so
Okay.
this isn't optimal, but
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a billion. I rolled an 8.
All right. So Velocity Projector is the one that slams, right?
Correct.
All right. So
Don't quite get the extra die.
You don't quite get the extra die, but you still beat me by
6.
5. You rolled a 7, right?
I rolled an 8.
Oh, that was part of it too.
Yes.
Okay, so you beat me by 6. Okay.
Yeah, and it's POW 4. So I need 6 damage to kill. Oh, I'll have to re-roll the 1 white die.
No, you
It
won't.
doesn't matter. Cool.
That is probably game, but we'll see.
Okay. So then I'm going to activate my Dusk Wolf.
Okay.
He is going to use his strafe gun
Okay.
to target the guy closest to the shipping containers, the front one.
All right. And which gun is this?
This is the strafe fire one. So I'll roll my strafe.
The Blazer.
Yes. Ooh, I get 2 strafe.
Okay.
Okay, so first guy.
I roll a 3.
I rolled a 7.
Here you go.
Okay. Second guy. I rolled a 4.
3. All right. So roll that one.
Okay. So it's POW 4 plus 2 red die. Lots. Last guy. Three to hit. You.
One went back in my bag.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just pull them off. That's fine.
Okay. And then battle rifles, range 16.
Go over there and score that thing, and you win the game.
Why is that?
Because I've already scored both of these objectives, and I have no one that can get within range
yep,
of
you're
that
right.
to score.
I apologize.
It's okay.
I wasn't trying to like run up the score or anything. I thought that I had to score both.
No, you just have to score that one to win. You were up by 3 at the beginning of the round. I had to score all 3 and hold you to only scoring 2 to win.
Gotcha.
But I have nothing over there anymore that can score.
Because I was gonna try and
Dusk Wolf
pick those guys off
into 1 inch and you win.
Okay. Sounds good. Boom.
All right. Good game, sir.
Good game. And crazy game.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do a little
yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of breakdown?
Sure.
So
That's good.
Do you have any immediate thoughts on the game?
So I think that you and I talked about it some on stream, but a lot more off stream after the last one. But I think they need to clean up how gate placement works and model placement works, because they say you can't deploy within 1 inch of an objective, but being able to place gates within an inch of an objective and being able to place within there's no can't place within an inch or move within an inch of an enemy model. So there's a lot of jank that can be done where you can sort of like walk around a model and get in and score, or place stuff like right next to guys that coming out of gates.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be some more like can't place within an inch, can't move within an inch unless you're going to attack them with a melee weapon, something like that.
I agree. There needs to be a penalty.
Of some kind.
Kind of like in War Machine when you enter someone's threat range. Or exit someone's threat range, sorry.
I don't know if there needs to be like a free strike, but maybe like if you enter within an inch of a model, you can't leave if you're during the same movement, or there needs to be you just can't move within an inch of an enemy model.
Yeah. Because
all the melee ranges are an inch anyways. So that would be fine for that.
Except for your silly Jack.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of things that have longer ranges, like the Continuum. The Scourge has a 2 inch range weapon. I don't think Marcher Worlds right now has anything that's 2-inch melee.
Nope,
and then
I'm
there's
pretty sure.
the Jack that gets +1 range for everything that I'm playing the Firebrand.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things, but not a lot. But for the most part, like unless you have flight, you shouldn't be able to get within an inch of an enemy model. I don't think.
Yeah.
And so there's that. But then the other thing I want to just mention, like straight off the bat, is that it's really tough. I think at the skirmish level, the more I play, and I played mostly with Continuum, so I was doing this anyways. But the more I play, I feel like the skirmish level is just a solo and jack game, and you could play pretty much all solo and jacks, and then maybe a squad or two. Or I mean, ISA wants to play a squad or two because they can have 4-man squads.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think you could just run with a single squad, a single Ranger Fire team, so that you have something that can like pull arc off of gates or something like that.
Yeah.
And has a little bit of that silly movement. But I think your list would have been better if you'd been running 3 jacks, 2 weavers, 2 engineers, a mechanic, and a single squad. Because you would be, or even 2 mechanics, because you could have been reactivating your jacks. You'd have 3 jacks running around, having a weaver in 2 different places. You seem you've been able to get a lot of work from your weavers.
Yeah.
And just the fact that they're base defense 4 makes them really survivable, especially if they have cover. So I think that the skirmish game, as far as I can tell, it's not really advantageous to run squads, at least not that I've seen.
So I think that it depends on the squad. Like, I'll probably never bring the Ranger heavy support to another skirmish.
Yeah.
Well, definitely not against ISA.
You should try it against Continuum next week. I'll be whatever we play this again, which will probably be next Wednesday. It seems like is when we start these kind of games. I'll be playing Continuum next time. So you either should switch to ISA and give them a try like you were thinking about, or play a game with Marcher Worlds against Continuum and see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm undecided right now. Part of me wants to stick with Marcher Worlds to put some more.
So did you see that the backer stuff got announced?
Yes, I did.
And that we only have until the 30th of April to back.
I know.
They decided not to extend it, which is actually going to be a big struggle for me. I might only be able to get like a starter box and a couple of solos. Like I'll probably get the 130 deal that gives me a skirmish force, but I probably won't be able to afford, unless my U.S. stimulus kicks in, which it hasn't yet. I won't be able to get more than just like sort of like a base set, which is unfortunate because I'd really like to get some more than that. But
yeah, no, I totally get you. I'm in a similar position. I want to dad on the map and whatnot, and I'm just not sure right now. Especially because it's going head to head with their sale, so they're definitely making you kind of choose which product you want.
Yeah.
So getting back to the squad thing, okay. I think in regards to ISA, I think 1 or 2 Annihilator units might have a place in skirmish.
I'd say 1. Like, so if I was an ISA player, I'd probably take a squad of each with an attachment in skirmish. Just because the Enforcer team, they can spike to ignore stealth and cover, while they have the attachment, they have cover. I wasn't able to achieve it because I wasn't able to hit with it, but the attachment being able to spike to slam stuff away could have scored me this objective in the back, objective 3. I tried to do it twice and it failed both. Once I killed you before I did it, and the other time I missed, which would have let me score, and the game you wouldn't have been so far ahead if that had happened.
Yeah, true.
Also, being able to attack with both their melee and ranged attack means that I can put the squad in a position of like heavy cover, of high amounts of cover or behind a building, so that if you get something that's squishy close to me, I can sort of run out around behind you and intermingle with you and do both melee and ranged attacks and have some flexibility. I definitely think an Annihilator squad is a must.
Me too.
With or without an attachment. The attachment was nice, but wasn't necessary necessarily.
No, I think it helps them survive, but it doesn't really do much for their lethality. That being said, I was thinking about it, and if you were to, like, depending on how your hand fell, using the reiteration complex on them is very good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think either pre-charging them up to try and get that off, or maybe dropping arcane synthesis into them to load them up with 3 arc.
Well, you can't. You can only give
Oh,
them one.
right. Yep. Ignore me. I'm just I played so many jacks this game. I was just like, I'm throwing 3 arc on everything.
Well, I mean, if I could have had a Weaver stay out more than a round, basically the Weavers were just gonna like charge or activate, do things, and charge the other thing that was gonna go every round. Because they have that spike to charge something, to remove any number or add any number within 10 inches of them.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it activated next was just gonna keep. I was gonna keep doing that, and you kept killing them before they could do that.
Yeah.
After I did it in round 1, I never had a Weaver survive to actually have me activate and use it after that, which was huge.
I think that is what made the difference in the game, because you hit me with a Cypher early.
I mean, we played
Fury.
Yeah, we played eight turns each in this game, of 9 turns each for the game. And I only got 2 activations, maybe 3 times of the 8 turns.
Mm-hmm. I think controlling activations is going to be a big part of the game.
Yeah.
It's actually making me consider what is the Fury I took out of my deck? Cryolock.
Yep.
It's actually, I've been considering putting it back in just for that.
I don't know. So I actually took out all of my decks that I've been playing lately. I've actually taken out Cryolock, and I took out both the squad and the solo reactivation.
Okay.
And have only been playing with the Jack reactivation. Now, I really missed this game not having the Jack one, where when they make a melee attack, they can attack every model in their melee range.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge this game, me taking that out, because I've never gotten it to come into play. This is game 24 or 25 for me, and I've never ever gotten it to do anything. And the game that I took it out, it would have mattered hugely.
Big time. I got a lot of work out of Impulse Inducer.
Yeah.
It made a huge difference early on in our game, because I got to activate the Dusk Wolf 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Dusk Wolf activating like 3 of your first 4 turns was gigantic. Or 5 of your first however many turns was huge.
Yeah. I couldn't, just the way it fell together, it was crazy. And then I think it's Encrypted, it's Encrypted Command, the one that removes an activation token off a solo. It letting Artemis activate twice was pretty big.
Yep.
Furies didn't do a lot for me this game. It helped me.
I don't know, man.
It killed that Weaver at the end.
Yeah, it killed the Weaver at the end. I don't know. I guess maybe they didn't do so much this game, but they definitely helped you in the previous games.
Yes.
And I think that your Weaver, and you didn't even use the one of the best abilities of your Weaver at all, because your Weaver has that ability where if it you can spike after playing a Fury
to put it back in my hand,
return it back in your hand.
Yeah. I agree. That could be huge for when playing. You could just keep instability equation in your hand.
Yep.
But every time I went to do, I considered that there was a more optimal play, putting 3 arc on a Dusk Wolf, or reactivating something. It wasn't until this last turn that I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw some Furies around. Had I been trying to score number 3, what I was going to do is I was going to take a couple pot shots with the Dusk Wolf, and then I was going to march my Weaver to here, because I'm holding instability equation, and I was going to try and clear out part of that back unit for the top Dusk Wolf.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there was just always something else that felt more optimal. I do think you're correct about the gate placements. You specifically are really good at placing gates to like make me work for points.
Yeah, well, I mean, you forced me to. I think that's actually something I wanted to bring up is that you, by limiting my solos, by limiting my second activation each round, you forced me to use my gates defensively in placement, which actually hurt me a lot because it meant that there were rounds where I either couldn't I couldn't bring things in, or when I brought stuff in, they were in a bad spot and we're just getting killed off completely. Before, like, you'd kill everything that I just placed, or almost everything I just placed a couple different times. And there was at least 2 rounds where I wanted to deploy, which I couldn't, and that actually meant that you had board superiority because you had more models on the table.
Yeah.
I always felt like I had 1 or 2 things, like I was outnumbered 2 to 1 or more almost the entire game.
Yeah, there was like one point in the middle where you cleared out a bunch of stuff with the Annihilators up top there.
Yeah.
And that one turn I felt behind, but I think by killing your solos, it helped me recover. Because you kept having to put other stuff into play so the Annihilators couldn't reactivate.
Yeah.
Which I found myself prioritizing targets, like leaving stuff on the board so you couldn't reactivate your Annihilators. Because
killing off the solos that would have let me.
Yes. Those had to leave the table.
And then in this last round, I couldn't ever justify activating them because I had threats and I had to score the 2 objectives. And they were in a bad spot, which allowed you to get that stuff up on top. So even if you had no one there and you'd activated this other Dusk Wolf up here on top, I still would have been... I think you still would have won, guaranteed. Even if you hadn't have shot this unit that was on the ground here. I mean, their only hope was shooting your Jack off, killing your Jack, and being able to move far enough to be able to place barely within.
Yeah.
And it was a stretch.
That's why I chose to activate him instead of the one on top. I didn't realize, like I said, I didn't realize where I was on the scoreboard.
Yeah. I mean, I basically pitched my hand to try and get the move 3 with the squad, which I actually did draw.
Oh.
So if you hadn't gone in there and I had killed, I would have moved up 3, attempted to kill him, and then moved 4 and placed within 2 and to see if I could score that objective.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have come down to us fighting over this objective 3 in the back corner.
What does happen in case of a tie at the end?
I think you're supposed to play another pulse round.
Okay. That makes sense. Basically settle it on the board.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing that Kimmy said is if a model comes within an inch of enemy models, that enemy gets a red die to hit. Like, so I think she means like roll an attack. Like if something walks within an inch or like within your melee range, you roll a red die. If you roll a blank, you don't get to attack. If you roll a strike, you get to attack.
That's pretty rough.
That I agree.
I don't know. Maybe if they leave, maybe at a free strike mechanic. So if you move in and then leave, you roll a red die, and if they roll a white, maybe just roll a white die. And if you roll a hit,
white's 50-50.
You get to make an attack. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think white, that might be the way to do it, is like a potential free strike. It's not guaranteed like War Machine, but there's still a risk in doing it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things that I would have to think about how to build lists around that, because there's a lot of Jack weapons right now that I think are subpar. And if that became a thing, I think some of them, like the ones that slam models away or cause continuous effects that I think are just not quite as good as some of the other options on the Jacks.
Yeah.
I think could be really nasty as a free strike weapon.
When I was going through the Dusk Wolf loadout, there was quite a few weapons that I had trouble justifying taking. Yeah. Like the beam rifle?
Yeah,
I have the primer open. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I think the
particle accelerator.
Yeah.
And even the slug gun. Both are slug gun's not bad, even compared to the Ripper, because it does slam, and it's only 1 less POW than the Ripper.
Yeah.
But, And the particle accelerator for damage has a higher top end than the battle rifle. But how do you justify not having a potential 16 range? You know what I mean?
I mean, some jacks want to be close, up close and personal. I don't know. I think there's argument in full size games for having a Dusk Wolf that's just 2 flamethrowers that's meant to get up close and burn people, or like a flamethrower, an impaler, the armor piercing range 1 POW 2 weapon.
Yep.
And then like the wildflower, or the Talon rocket pod maybe. Probably the wildflower. So I like to build jacks. I didn't do it as much with ISA because they have a lot of, I'm going to play defensive or melee, and then I have a range support thing to shoot stuff far away. When I build jacks for Continuum, they tend to have weapons that are clustered with a similar range. I mean, They all have the melee weapon because they have to have a melee weapon, but like I usually will take a bunch of weapons that are range 8 to 10, and then I'll take a bunch of weapons that are range like 12 to 14. But yeah, I think that some of the weapons need to be tweaked. Like on the Dusk Wolf, the Impaler, I think that's a cool idea. It being POW 2, though, I mean, with armor piercing. So against most jacks, that are probably what you're going to use it against, there'll be armor. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that is actually a weapon that you use against like solos that have multiple wounds.
Yeah.
Because most of them are armor 3, and if you impale them, reduce the armor by 1, so they go down to armor 2. You figure you're probably a mat 4 with 2 or 3 dice, 2 or 3 red dice. You might like beat them by 3 or 4. So I don't know. That might be worth it.
Carl actually just made a really good point. And the Dusk Wolf has the Rapid Strike Cortex, which allows you to make 2 melee attacks with each of your melee weapons. So that's a potential. If you're running a double melee weapon, Dusk Wolf, that is 4 attacks right there.
Yeah.
And if, like, I like to keep the Dusk Wolf I'm using charged up, like with 3 arc, because that's an 8 movement, spike for an extra 3, so that's an 11 swing. And if you're using the impalers for the armor piercing, that could be a pretty hard hit. And 4 attacks with impalers, and then like I have a hard time not taking the railgun for that big hit. But I will say that the Blazer against like ISA.
Yeah, the Blazer did really well.
Yeah, the Blazer did do really well.
We never really got to see because it just killed the stuff that it hit for the most part. You shot at squads instead of at like jacks and things.
Yeah.
But we never really got to see fire affect the game because things would just die. But by the time fire got used,
true, it did hit.
But if you can like light a whole swathe of stuff on fire, I mean that could be a really big.
True.
That could actually be a really big detriment to Continuum, because Continuum tends to run a lot of multi-wound solos, so you might not kill them.
Yeah.
So you might light them on fire, and some of them are just support, so they wouldn't attack. But like, I can't imagine like a Marauder on fire would be huge.
Yeah.
Because a Marauder is like a bread and butter solo, and I don't have any way in Continuum right now to get rid of continuous effects. In fact, Marcher Worlds is the only one that can get rid of continuous effects outside of End Phase, or End of Round Phase.
And how do they do that? I haven't come across that yet.
The tune-up ability on the Engineer gets rid of all of the continuous effects on the model.
Yep, that makes sense. He did nothing for me this game.
You didn't need him.
It's true, yeah. That's why he didn't do anything. I always had a better activation.
He repaired some stuff a couple of times. Like, I think in the first round you repaired your jack that I put down to 1 life left. True,
that is the only time I used it, and that did turn out to be kind of big.
Right.
Like, you had to sink a little more into it, if I remember correctly, so...
Yeah. But yeah, you didn't need him. I mean, you basically didn't activate him because you didn't need him. And as soon as you started putting him on the board, I would always sort of plink him off.
Yep.
Because I didn't want you to do the tune-up, or do the... But you also didn't have arc for most of the game, which I think you need to spike more on at least when you're activating your jacks. So being able to like spike and move, even if you don't decide to move, just so that you can put some arc in your pool.
I agree.
So you have some. So I mean, you only played 3 games, so you're still learning those mechanics.
Yeah.
But I think that you need to spike even when it doesn't necessarily matter, just to pull that arc off, because you can always then just charge it back up in the next turn if you have some way to reactivate it.
It's true, because
Go ahead.
did have 3 arc tied up on my Dusk Wolf for almost the whole game.
Right, and when playing with a heavy, you're going to do that. I mean, the Marcher World's heavy warjack that has the double barrel rifle, double battle rifle, you basically want to leave 3 arc on it the whole game.
Yeah, I can't
wait to try that. And it'll spike off and then add more to it. But the basically what you're doing is you're leaving arc on it, and then you're reactivating it either with the card in your hand or the engineer's spiking, and sitting it in train and just controlling a large swathe of the board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am pretty excited to try that thing out in our full-size game. So yeah, no, penalties for potentially entering melee range is something that has to be visited. Gate placement definitely has to be visited and maybe cleaned up a little. Are there any other things you found kind of clunky?
Not really. I mean, I've played a lot of games, and so I understand placement a little bit, and I don't think I found anything clunky. I mean, it gets a little... So I understand why... So a lot of people, when they first announced the game, they were not in favor of the contested attack and defense pools, and they just wanted it to be like a set number of defense, and then you roll against that set number to hit or to beat it, and then you get the extra red dice on top, whatever that defense number is.
Yeah,
I get that. I think it can get a little clunky when both people have to roll a lot of attacks with a single unit. But at the same time, it still feels interactive, and it keeps both people engaged.
I was engaged the whole game from start to finish,
which is rare for a lot of games.
Yeah, where War Machine, I don't want to say I get bored, but the in between, yeah, like some people take 20-minute first turns, and like,
yeah, I mean,
there's only so much you can think about your next turn, you know.
I played that Vassal game today, and I had fun playing the Vassal game, and it was good, but it was a 3-round, 3 turns per player, 4-hour game on Vassal, which was rough. There was a lot of sitting there going, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be guilty of scrolling on my phone for sure.
Oh, I definitely was responding to messages on Facebook and scrolling on my phone and doing other things. And with Vassal, it can be tough because Vassal doesn't have in-game rules, so you're not like how we're looking at cards and stuff in our the rules outside of this game. But if we wanted to, we could take index cards and put our card rules back here on the table.
Yeah.
And but we have our hands that we're looking at. We're looking at our models. We're constantly rolling dice. I don't know. I think so. I really like to play some more physical games. I think once we play the next game and I switch to Continuum, and then we start playing full-size games, which might take 2 or 3 streams to do. Yep. Maybe, but I think that once we get a bunch of, because that's the thing about the full-size games, is that it's a completely different game than this in some regards, because you have to have squads on the table, you have to have strategy, and it's more like, in my experience, it's more like 3 or 4 mini each objective has its own sort of almost skirmish battle happening around it. And then it's all about who can out-reinforce their opponent, or win one of the mini skirmishes and then move a couple of units over to support on a different point and overwhelm their opponent. Yeah. And so it's a little different kind of tactic in the game. But what's important changes, and the scale of your army and the scale and the power of your models changes, which I think maybe we should try playing with heavies on Skirmish, but I really feel that, I mean, in this game,
I think they'll be too
your
crazy.
your jocks dominated, and for me it was one ranged squad, and then me trying to get jacks on the table that sort of dominated.
Yes.
And I think our heavies, I mean, so you have your heavy effectively has a range without any kind of boosting that goes from the edge of your deployment zone to the edge of my deployment zone.
Yep.
It's 20 inches. It's a 30 by 30 board, and we deploy 5 inches in.
Yep.
So you get to shoot that distance with 2 guns if you take the double rail rifle, and then if you take the double battle rifle, you have 2 that are 2 inches less. Which is crazy. And so if you were to get that thing on top of this structure right here, you could shoot at anything on the board.
Yeah. No,
which is crazy.
I agree.
That being said, the continuum's heavy. I mean, if I was playing if I stayed with ISA is heavy. As long as I got within like 14 of you, anything that you shot within 5 of it could take the hit, be armed 7. It could take the hit. If you do damage to me, awesome for you. I have 4 wounds. If you don't do damage to me, that's even better. And then I can spike again and shoot back at you and strip arc off of you.
Yeah, which could be huge.
So, I mean, it's a battle. I think that the heavy jacks would just dominate. I mean, the Nemesis, which is the flying continuum one, so it flies all the time. So models without flight can't attack it in melee, and it can spike to move at triple speed but not make any more attacks during at the beginning of its activation. So it can fly 18, or if you have the +2 speed and flight thing, it can fly 24 in a single turn.
Yeah.
So I can contest anything anywhere, and it's got 5 wounds, and for every arc on it, it gets +1 armor against ranged and fury attacks. So it's armor 3 with 5 wounds, but for every arc on it, it has +1. So it'll mostly be arm 5. I mean, I'll be camping a bunch of arc on it. It'll be arm 5 against all that stuff, and you'll have to do 5 wounds to it. It flies 24 inches. It has a gun that I can spike when I hit you to pull you in a direction, push you or pull you in a direction 3 inches of my choice. It's not a slam.
Yep.
So I can pull something off the top of a building and have it take fall damage. Or I can pull something out of difficult terrain and into the open so that my squad that's all got POW 5 weapons can go charge you the next turn and kill you. So I think heavies would dominate a skirmish game. Now, it might be worth playing 1 or 2 of them just to see how bad it is.
Say that.
How bad it is, but it's going to be crazy.
I think we should play 1 more skirmish game.
Okay.
Include heavies.
Okay.
Just to test it out. You can switch to AC.
I'm absolutely going to switch to AC. I'm done with ISA.
If we're including heavies, I'm going to stay with Marcher for at least 1 more game.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to the full-size games, and we'll just test it out. I'm like 99.9% sure you're right. So I'm not going to contest that point at all, but I think it'll just be interesting to see on stream. One thing you had mentioned is that only squads and whatnot can score in full-size games.
Yeah, there's 1 mission where solos can score 2. But for the most part, only squads can score.
So I think I might actually struggle in the full-size games, because in the skirmish game, Dusk Wolves are putting in all the work. So that's true, but what you're going to face is going to be different, and how you're going to face it and where you're going to face it is going to be different. True. And
you also have 15 choices. So if you look at like a skirmish game, I'm starting to think that jacks and solos are the way to play, and you want to take maybe a squad. Each army wants to take maybe a squad.
Yeah.
Or 2 at most, like 1 of each or something like that in a skirmish game. In a full-size game, ISA takes 6 squads, each with an attachment, 3 of each, period. And that's just how they start their army. And then they take 1 or 2 heavies, a couple of lights, some support, and some weavers and their characters and the wild cards, and that's their army. Continuum plays with, I play with 4 squads, 2 of each, and then the whole rest, basically the whole rest of my army is 3 lights and 2 heavy jacks, and then the whole rest of the army is solos.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, because so Continuum has this solo that's called the Grafter, and the Grafter basically, he's the solo that I was telling you about that I can spike to return models to a squad. So since my squads are so easy to kill off, and they're what I need to score with, the Grafter is the thing that keeps them alive. So it also has a, while charged, it has a 5-inch bubble that gives +1 armor and no continuous effects to warrior models within 5 of it. Now, that seems amazing, and it's great for the continuous effect. It basically stops your fire weapon. It means that the Continuum doesn't have to worry about it while that guy's alive. And as long as I can hide him and keep him safe, even though he's defense 2, but has 2 wounds and his armor 3. So I have to be a little careful with him. But as long as I can keep him safe, I don't have to worry about fire. I don't have to worry about target lock. I don't have to worry about anything that slows me down.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
But so with what I've found is that I need to run 3 of them minimum. And in full-size games, I sometimes run 4 of them because everything's FA4.
Yeah.
And I have to keep my stuff alive. There's a solo called the Marauder, which you haven't seen yet, which is sort of like it's a warrior model, but it's sort of like a mini jack for Continuum. So it's a solo, so it costs 1 to put out. It's speed 5, rat 4, mat 4. It has def 2, I believe, but armor 4, and it has 3 armor, 3 wounds, and then it has a chain gun that has strafe, and a melee weapon that's range 1 that can spike to put an activation token on a model.
Oh my god.
And while charged, at the beginning of my turn, before the checking to see if you have activation tokens, if it's charged, I can remove its activation token.
Ew.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's in the starter box. It's my hunter or paladin commander for the starter box for Continuum. Now, that being said, all my squads, my squad that comes in the starter box has range 10 POW 3 guns. The Scourge is pretty good, and then the Weaver has the longest base Fury range at 13. But all of its abilities want you to spike and do things during its activation, which is very situational. So it doesn't like have 4 defense and can spike to return something to your hand like you have, or and it doesn't have the spike to put arc on or take arc off of something like the ISA one does. So its abilities are a little more situational, and so I don't play with them as much, and I don't really rely on Furies with Continuum.
Yeah.
It's more about the solos and the squads and the jacks and getting them in place and keeping them alive and pumping them out effectively.
I'm excited
and then also,
to see them.
Yeah. They are a very different playstyle than what the 2 factions you've seen so far.
Carl says that the Grafter is Gurgleplox.
He is sort of. So Gurgleplox is a Necrotech. So Necrotechs are these undead models. So the Continuum is a little different from Crix in that it doesn't deal with undead. It's a race that wants to live forever through cyberization. So the Grafter is a bit sort of husky human guy that has his arms, the front parts of his arms replaced with mechanical arms. And then he has 2 smaller mechanical arms grafted onto the sides of his body. And then he's wearing a belt that has 2 like little mechanical precision arms attached to his body. And he has like a buzzsaw and a similar. He basically is a cyberneticist, so he fixes you up by replacing the injured body parts with cybernetic ones.
Which is friggin' cool.
Yeah, and the Weavers for Continuum are called Immortal Weavers, and the idea is that they're trying to cyberize their bodies and keep their minds alive. So they're sort of like a cross between Convergence, Cephalix, and Crix in War Machine.
Yeah.
So they want cybers. Yep. Which is pretty cool. And then, they have like the Marauder is basically a human head and robot body, and the armor he's wearing is called Karchev armor. Which
is awesome.
Yeah. And then they have the really cool jacks and the flying jacks I'm really interested to see what they do next. Yes. Because so we already know that March of Worlds has a third squad coming because they're mentioned in an example in the starter book in the rule book.
Yep.
And they're called like infiltrators or something like that. So they could be something that like deploys from the edge of the table or gets to move after they spawn from a gate or something like that. So they sound like where most of your army is sort of shooty. They could be your melee unit that has some movement that boosts your movement shenanigans and gets some melee ability to them. So we'll probably have a new unit for each of the 3 armies.
But then nice.
They've also talked about doing vehicles, both transport vehicles, right? Transport vehicles and tanks. So light and heavy vehicles and gargantuans. So how does that stuff, like the squads you could work in just in a skirmish game, but how does like the vehicles apply to a skirmish game?
Yeah, I don't think they're necessarily going to gear that stuff towards skirmish.
Yeah. I'm worried that skirmish is just sort of like a way to get you into the like sort of an intro way to play the game, and it's not going to be as a heavily supported. So we know that there's more missions coming, and I'm worried that there's just going to be the 1 or maybe 2 missions for skirmish.
I think that's all there'll be.
And most games will get pushed into playing full size 4x4 games, and that's where all the new missions are going to go, and all the work is going to go. And
yep.
Because I think that game will be interesting because like seeing gargantuans and seeing flying tanks and bombers on the table, or like ISA guys deploying out of troop transports or something like that.
Yep.
And I really want to see more attachments. I want to see like a medic attachment that can return models to squads that have been removed, or like a command officer that allows a tank that has an artillery shot to be more accurate when it shoots at ignoring a line of sight, something like that. There's a lot of things you could do that way that could be really interesting, I think.
Yeah, there's infinite possibilities. So after our 2 games, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I don't think so. I think you picked the game up really fast. I'm interested to see how you react to Continuum. So you're either going to blow me off the table, which is what everybody that's gotten experience with March World has done when I'm playing Continuum. And then I'm interested to see how bigger games go.
I think I'm going to struggle in the bigger games.
So here's a question. So do we want to play on this same table or a similar table to this next week? And then see about changing up, because so we had talked about playing on that spaceship table, which I think is really cool.
I think we should do that for the next skirmish game.
So let me say something. So both of my squads in Continuum can spike to move through terrain like it's not there.
Yeah.
So having a squad that's POW 5 spike and suddenly be in your backlines could be bad. It could be hard to deal with.
True.
So I'm wondering if we should to continue the sample style, if we should play on a more open table like this, especially if you're going to apply heavies.
Sure.
Because also playing in that spaceship map, it's also going to limit lines of sight for the heavies. So like your heavy's going to excel on a more open table because you'll have more ranges of sight, where on a game like that, you might have 1 or 2 instead of 5.
All right. Yeah, well, I'll trust your judgment on that one, and we'll play on this. And then we can decide whether we want to jump right into a full size after that, or just switch to the spaceship for something else. I do want to stream a game or 2 on the spaceship.
Absolutely.
And you were saying you were interested in trying it, so we'll get both those in.
And I'm probably going to build, maybe not a spaceship table, but I definitely want to build like a sewer or a mazy kind of table where like flyer models could fly over or you could pass over, but build a full size one. and I've already started collecting terrain for that. So I haven't found the right map yet for it, but that's something I'm going to build in the future, in the near future.
I am interested in that for sure. I think for my final thoughts, my one big takeaway is I was really hyped on the hunter. Excuse me. And he did not put in as much work as I thought he would.
I think in skirmish play that might be true. I really like him, and when I was playing to play Marcher World, I was going to take 2 of him always, because he seems like he should be something that does work. And I've seen him. It might just be that you weren't having as much luck against ISA. I'm not sure why that would be, but I've seen him snipe Marauders, which are arm 4 and 3 wounds, and him roll super well, but they're only defense 2. So him roll super well, roll 11 dice, spike to reduce the armor down to 3, and do 3 wounds in a single die roll, in multiple games.
Okay. So, yep. I could see that. So maybe it was just the situation.
Yeah. I mean, it might be that in a game. So here's the other thing: is the games we played so far, we've only played three turns in a pulse round.
Yep.
And I think going to 4 turns, and we might want to consider that for the next game.
Sure, let's
might
try.
Change the dynamic a lot, because what that means is that stuff that spawns in turn 2 will have 2 rounds on the table, and the stuff that spawns in turn 3 will have a round on the table.
Yep.
So there'll be more chances to reactivate everything in the activation phase in the beginning of the game. And maybe it'd be better not to put everything out, so that you get more activations with what you have on the table.
Sure.
But at the same time, it might just drag out longer. I don't know.
Nope, I'm game for trying it. Might as well, right? There's no harm in it.
Yep. Absolutely.
And my final thought is I hate Ranger heavy support.
Yeah, they didn't do much. They didn't do much for you
at least against ISA.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but blast weapons just really aren't good against ISA.
No, they just don't like. Yeah, they're okay. They just
explosive weapons. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
We'll do some more testing going forward, obviously on stream. We'll collect more data, and then we'll probably have a little roundtable like this again in a couple games.
Absolutely.
All right. I just want to say thanks to everybody that came out to watch tonight. We appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed the game, and you can look forward to multiple games in the future.
When do we think we're going to play the next one? You think
I would say Wednesday.
Like Wednesday?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we'll see you for Warcaster next Wednesday.
Same
this
time.
This has been Jay.
And this is Josh. We'll talk to you guys next time.